over to Buchanan. Buchanan had the hot stick all season. Will it continue into this final round? Oh, and Courier just missed that rebound. Here come the Chiefs, 2-on-1. He's got Bomberry with him. Backhand shot out of nowhere, just wide of the net. Mark Stainhouse with some great defense.
Great hustle off the bench by Stainhouse, forcing Bomberry to try something a little fancy around the back. That one hit the crossbar as well.
Durston all alone scores. The Chiefs with the opening goal of this game. Jordan Durston makes it 1-0, just near the halfway point of the first.
Well, lots of movement off the ball here for the Six Nations Chiefs, and Durston doing a lot of that, just cutting right into the middle of the floor in front of Matt Vince and finding a hole. Great pass. Stainhouse just not close enough to Durston as he peeled off him and found the top corner over the left-hand shoulder of Matt Vince to open the scoring.
The pace of this first period has been absolutely incredible.
And not seeing a lot of extended possessions either, not a lot of second chance pickups off of rebounds. It's pretty much been the defensive team grabbing the ball off the shots on goal, and that's contributing to the back and forth here.
Durston looking for his second goal, but that was way outside. Courier scoops it up. He's got room. And again, a great line change. This time it's David Brock breaking that play off for the Chiefs. Lakers still with the ball as Withers drives to the net, scores! Jake Withers ties it up for the Lakers with an incredible goal, diving through the crease.
Well, the former Ohio State Buckeye showing some great wheels. Great field lacrosse player. You need to have the speed to play that game, and boy, he turned on the Jets here. Hustled all the way down the floor to pick that ball up along the wall, and then cut right to the middle, dove across the crease, and slid it past Ward to tie the game.
We've seen a few crease calls. Garrison was right there. Now got a glove on that as Courier was looking for that bottom right corner. Jackson with it off the bench. We saw him in 2012 playing for the Langley Thunder. Langley upsetting the Lakers in the first 2 games, but Peterborough winning the next 4 to capture the Canadian Championship. And now Jackson on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs with a goal to restore their 1-goal lead. A sidearm shot from way beyond the arc. I don't know if Vince fully saw that one, but Vaughn Harris ripped it, and it's 2-1 Chiefs.
11th of the playoffs for Vaughn Harris. Had 25 goals in the regular season, and I think you're right, Scotty. I think there was a little bit too much traffic in front of Vince. Let's take a look from back here. Well, not as much as we thought, really. Open lane and just a low shot that didn't take the high bounce that Vince was perhaps expecting, and stayed along the carpet and beat him through the legs.
Here come the Lakers off the draw. Withers, Ward with the save. Tosses it back to center to Dan Dawson, who will be isolated on the right side just momentarily as Harris sets a pick for him. Dawson over to Benesh. Benesh fakes the shot, then scores. Brian Benesh with an outside bomb, and the Chiefs take a 3-1 lead.
Brian Benesh, one of the best shooters in the game, and he found a good spot there. Matt Vince, you see coming out of his net to maybe tell the boys to just calm down a little bit or slow the pace. Either way, the Lakers find themselves down a pair here. There's the pass to Benesh. That time a little bit more traffic. And boy, what a tough shot for Benesh to even get that off around the Laker defender, literally right in front of him. And he gets his first of the game, 13th of the playoffs.
That one just wide of the net. Yeah, you'll see Vince. I've noticed him a lot more lately come out of his net after goals. As a goaltender, you see everything a lot of your defenders don't see. So he'll come out and he'll correct guys, tell them where they should have been or what he saw. And it certainly helps to have the knowledge of a guy like Matt Vince back there. He's got extra man over that restraining line. Otherwise, if it's just those 4 guys across that white offensive line, then that 30-second shot clock will never start when you're down a man. Battle into the corner. Great shot from our corner cam right in your living room. Take a look at the captain, Robert Hope. Chiefs get to reset it there, but the Lakers, as soon as it's blown in, they pounce. They've got Durston on the ground, and the ball's loose. Great defensive play by the Peterborough Lakers. Gilray heads off to a nice ovation from the fans. Still lots of time left on the man advantage. Sean Evans with it. To Dixon. Out front, scores! Holden Catoni with the power play marker. And the Lakers have cut the Chiefs' lead to 3-2.
11th of the playoffs for the Alberta native, Holden Catoni, who was a stalwart with the Junior Lakers for many seasons and now up with the big club and making an impact here in Game 2. We know all about the shot of Holden Catoni from distance. How about the shot from in tight? Create a little bit of space and in and out just like that. Blink of an eye, back of the net. And the Lakers trail by just one here as we get into the late stages of the first. Yes.
And now Courier down. Or who do you got planned now for that intermission?
I think it might be Turner Evans.
Switching it up, are you? Yeah,
well,
get the Turner Evans out there. Good idea.
I don't think you could get Brock Sorensen and I in the same frame. So
That's
we
what
had
it
to
was.
get somebody a little bit shorter.
I was just saying, good call. And a good call from the Chiefs bench on that offensive play as Harris unloads from the outside. And the youngster picks up his second goal of the game. And the Chiefs take a 4-2 lead.
That looked like Vince may have just kind of guessed wrong as it came out of the stick. He kind of made a shuffle to his left. And then you could see him there trying to correct just a little bit too late. Maybe thinking a little bit too much about the other shooter on the far side of the floor, and Harris just let it rip and reinstates the 2-goal Six Nations lead here with lots of time to play in the second. It was interesting chatting to Durston in the first period, first intermission there, about the pace of the game to start and how it wasn't intentionally a defensive start to the game. It just turned out that way. Jackson off for a well-deserved rest. He took a beating and was able to find that ball again before the Lakers could.
And now Stott scores. And that all starts with Kyle Jackson. Even though he won't get the assist, he created that goal. He is the reason why the Chiefs had possession. And then Stotts with a great goal, and the Chiefs add to their lead.
Well, Stotts was in midair when he took that shot. He got tripped up from the back, and there was a penalty coming, but much like we saw on one of the earlier goals, just a Chief player streaking to the middle of the floor, kind of crashing the net, and a pinpoint pass into the middle, a quick release, and it beats Vince. It's 5-2 now for the Six Nations Chiefs.
You look at that replay, and you wonder if that had been a goal had Stotts not been tripped up. The fact that he got tripped knocked him in the air a couple inches, and I think that threw Matt Vince off.
Yeah, his momentum was certainly taking him towards the net.
Still a power play for the Lakers, as that was a short-handed goal for the Chiefs. And Holden Catoni, he unloads and scores. Number 99 with a cannon. A power play marker for the Lakers. And they are down by 2.
2 Peterborough power plays, 2 Holden Catoni goals. That one from a little more where we're used to seeing him shoot from. Top of the circle and just blasts the bounce shot right between the legs. And he shoots hard enough that you almost think it would go right through the mesh at times as he buries one from distance to make it a 2-goal Six Nations lead again. And now's the time where the Lakers need to pick up that ball, win another face-off.
3,184 is the official attendance here at the Peterborough Memorial Center for Game 2. Dawson. Far side, Hogarth trying to break up the play. Chiefs with a clear shot as Kyle Jackson finds the back of the net once again. And the Chiefs continue to add to their lead. The dangerous weapon, number 77, Kyle Jackson.
8 to the playoffs for Jackson. He had 16 in the regular season and almost looked like he took a little something off this shot. Winds way up and then just kind of floats it down. And Vince guessed the right way that time, but couldn't time the left leg just right. And it sneaks by him to make it 6-3.
Trying to bulldoze his way through Hope. Dawson from the outside. That hits Hope right where there's no padding. That's smart. And then Stainhouse with a huge hit in the corner. Looked like it was Pat Corbett that he crunched there. And that'll give the Chiefs the ball with a fresh 30 on the clock. No penalty on this one, but we'll check it out. There's the shot, and then in the corner. See Stainhouse. It could have been a penalty. I'm surprised. Never know with these referees, but.
Now, one of the harder collisions we've seen throughout the course of the night. It's been physical, but we haven't seen many huge hits like that.
Self almost finds the bottom corner. Great foot save by Ward, just kicking it out. Dixon in the corner. Just hanging on to it. Deciding what he's going to do. Circles out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your 50,
over to Jones. Jones shot. That goes off Billy D. Smith. Way up into the crowd. Jones.
October 24th at 7 p.m. in Hamilton, Ontario. So once the 50-50 draw is complete.
Sean Evans, flip pass. Out to Dixon, scores. A soft shot from the outside beats Ward. And the Lakers are starting to claw their way back in as Curtis Dixon picks up his first goal of the game.
As Superman gets himself on the score sheet, just a smooth little flick shot underhand. Right through the crowd. Nice little flick pass backwards as well, and then with all kinds of traffic in front. Ward didn't even move. And Dixon was able to find a corner and cut the lead back down to 2. But again, the Lakers have had trouble sustaining that momentum.
Here comes Peterborough. Chiefs won the draw, but Lakers have it now, and Zach Currier finds the top shelf, and the Lakers are within 1.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lakers. Princeton University alum, the Peterborough native, Zach Currier. And again, a nice laser-like feed down the floor with Currier all alone, and he made a couple of moves, and take a look, all alone, wide open, and boy, didn't think too much about it, just one quick move, and then blows it by Ward, and we'll see if the Lakers can get
ball right to Stainhouse. Tries to feed Hogarth, and Hogarth gets tripped up. Ward stuck his right leg out. He knew exactly what he was doing. Fans wanted a penalty, and that was a blatant trip. You know what, Footy, I don't mind it. If you can get away with it, why not? But still should have been a penalty.
Yeah, it was certainly not to the liking of the...
And a no-look pass from Dixon ends up right into the stick of Dan Coates. Coates to Dawson. Dawson has room, drives to the net, shoots and scores. Dan Dawson comes off the bench, splits past the defender, and beats Vince short side, and the Chiefs restore their 2-goal lead.
Well, the unitard working just fine on that shift for Dawson. You mentioned he came off the bench, and fake Vince got him going the wrong way. Able to get around Hope as well, who was kind of scrambling to chase him down. And a bit of a reverse shot, almost backhand, if you will.
Yeah, they're starting to try and dub that the twister. Pete and I have this debate all the time. The NLL guys are calling it a twister. It's kind of like a switch shot, but I think twister is going to be the name that they settle on. That seems to be the norm, but a different shot that guys have just started developing in the last couple of years. Goalies don't know how to read it.
Yeah, not as powerful, it seems, but location-wise, it gives you a chance to switch it up at the last second.
Stotts almost drops that into the top corner. That looked like it was finding its way in. Sean Evans with it now. Looks like his chin strap might be down. It is all hooked up. He'd have to run to the bench if it was down. Looks like it's just loose, so he'll stay in play. Still with the ball, far side over to Catoni, shoots and scores. Holden Catoni with the hat-trick goal. and it is a bullet.
Well, we talked to Turner Evans in that intermission about how do you start to beat Dylan Ward. He said we got to get him moving. We got to keep shooting high because he's closing up the 5-hole. And that seemed to be the game plan there. Nice ball movement around the top. Couple guys screening Ward, and then Gattoni elects to go high and finds a hole and finds the back of the net to make it 7-6, Six Nations.
Craig Point through traffic. To Jackson. Jackson's sidearm shot doesn't make it through. And now Stainhouse, he's all alone. Fake shoots and scores. Mark Stainhouse with the transition goal, and he ties this game up at 7.
It's been a little bit since the Lakers scored back-to-back. And Stainhouse with all kinds of real estate to work with here. Tough spot to hit as well. Just right over that right pad. And Stainhouse pumped up, and why not? The Lakers are even again. And a 2-0 lead in the series if they can get in front, if they can stay in front. With Game 3 back here again on Sunday, I mean, that could be the situation where this interesting scheduling really works out.
Courier down to Buchanan. Buchanan circles out, passing to Dixon, scores! What a goal from Curtis Superman Dixon. Another highlight reel marker from number 71 gives the Lakers their first lead of the night.
Highlight reel finish from Curtis Dixon, but the pass was pretty nice as well. Take a look at this little dump off, and Dixon just drops it between the legs as he peeled off the defender, took the pass, and then buried it. That was a fantastic little feed by Buchanan just to drop it off in tight. And Dixon, in a phone booth almost, able to slide it home, give the Lakers their first lead, and the most important lead of the game at this point.
And as Stainhouse gets absolutely rocked from behind, right off the face-off. He has some words for Ferguson as he heads to the bench. Down to Jackson. Jackson now, he's got a lane, shoots, Vince, what a save! Wow, Jackson had the whole left side open, and Vince threw up the left hand. Incredible.
Finish the thought on Jackson. We talked about the Ohio State connections for the Peterborough Lakers. Guess where Jackson went to school?
Michigan State.
Michigan.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, I was just messing around. I didn't actually think that, so learn something new every day as Dixon looking for another goal.
Yeah, Michigan Wolverine.
And we'll look at that last Vince save. Watch this. Jackson has him beat, and Vince just throws that left hand up. Absolutely incredible.
Vino just gets stronger as the game goes. Had a couple of goals against earlier in the game. He didn't kind of look all there. That looks like a violation.
Here comes the Lakers. Courier shoots and scores! Zach Courier off a broken play gives the Lakers a 2-goal lead with just 3:25 left to go. And the Chiefs bench not happy with that quick whistle. But Courier took advantage. As soon as that play was blown in, he was gone.
Well, Courier all alone, just little soft shot once he found a bit of a spot. I'd almost like to roll it back and see what led to that, because the Chiefs are unhappy about something. To me, it looked like they had the hold all over him, and he was able to beat.
It was a possession. It was a possession call, and the referee blew it in right away. So instead of waiting for the Chiefs, who were in the middle of a line change, to set up, Courier grabbed the ball. Referee blew it in, and now Merrill is upset with Stainhouse. Merrill is well known here at the Peterborough Memorial Center. He is not a fan favorite here, and we'll see what led to all this. Take a look, footy, right by the bench.
Yeah, it was a hard hit, and he just kind of stood up and kept going.
So when he got hit, though, there was a whistle. So when he hit the sideboards, the ref blew a whistle to call an interference possession call. even though Courier had full possession, I think the referee thought he was bobbling it, so they blew the whistle for an interference possession, but then blew it right back in right away. That's what the Chiefs are upset about, the quick whistle. Courier with the ball. Coates falls down, and Courier, he's gone. Decides to pull away. Smart move. You don't need an empty net goal. Let's kill the clock. And Smith with an interference. And it's going to be a penalty. Team knocked down Zach Courier pretty hard. And with 15 seconds left to go, the Chiefs will need a miracle to come back in this one. Billy D. Smith and the fans now getting into it. There's a whole section here letting him have it as he heads to the dressing room. Another guy who is not a fan favorite here at the Memorial Center. As we look at that right in the middle of your screen, right by that dotted shooting circle. And it wasn't even Billy D. Smith. It was his cousin Dane Smith with the hit. And now the Lakers will just try to kill off the final few seconds. So both Smith boys get penalties on that play as the final seconds tick down here for game 2. And a comeback victory for the Lakers as they have defeated the Six Nations Chiefs by a score of 9-7. They now lead the best of 7 finals, 2 games to nothing. We're going to take our final commercial break, but stay tuned. We'll have the post-game show coming up right after this.